else can I tell you? Donald Trump, he clung to power for 2 terms, tried for 3. However, he was impeached and he was finally got rid of. Then you had Oprah Winfrey, believe it or not, try and run for the presidency.
You see, many of you may say, this is fake, blah blah blah. You have your opinion. I'm not going to state my opinion. But he got another one right. The impeachment of Donald Trump was a correct statement, which, is that spooky or not? You know, let me know in the comments. But the fact that he's got another one right, and if you're for time traveling, then you've got to be for this, because the evidence is stacking up. He's not only predicted, obviously World War III hasn't happened yet and it has died down, but he's now predicted 2 things that could happen, which that is too spooky for me. So in my previous video I revealed details that Michael Phillips revealed himself in February of 2018 about his World War III predictions. Michael Phillips had more to say on the Apex TV channel, and here we're going to see what he said. Whilst watching this clip, please note the tone of his voice. The tone of his voice has changed, which could suggest his anger towards the world. This video was uploaded on the 3rd of January 2020, which is part 2 of what he did in February of 2018.
I have previously warned you regarding the events of World War III. My previous video gained 6.5 million views to date, and also got attention from media around the world. The events of World War III, thankfully, have been averted. We stopped it. Kim Jong-un did indeed launch nuclear missiles towards the US territory of Hawaii. They were shot down in the sea. This is verifiable by a nuclear warning that was issued to the residents of Hawaii in March 2019. Furthermore, I previously spoke of the impeachment of Donald Trump, the President of the United States this time. This is now taking place. He does indeed try for a 3rd term, which is permitted under rules if he does not get prosecuted by the Senate.
So in this video we do see more predictions from Michael Phillips, as he says World War III may be averted. So this video isn't so much of a wake-up call, it's sort of a relief for people who are worried about the prospects of World War III. The fact that nuclear missiles will be launched is scary enough, and why shouldn't we believe this man after his predictions in the previous video were true? Well, his predictions in the last video could be true. Here's what the description says. Michael Phillips claims to be a time traveller who was born in the year 2043. In 2075, according to Michael, he was part of several top secret missions in which he travelled through time. In this second video he sent us, he reveals more details about World War III. He also reveals a future president of the US. Michael also talks about commercial space flights and the colonization of the galaxy. Obviously we're only going to go over the prospects of World War III. However, some of his claims were wrong. In February of 2018, he said this would happen in March of 2019. A nuclear war will break out between the USA and North Korea in March of 2019, which will result in the death of Kim Jong-un. World War III will break out in 2020 as a result, which will be fought between China, Russia, the UK and America and a few other countries. His first statement is currently obviously false because Kim Jong-un isn't dead yet. The second claim could turn out to be true, because the few other countries could include Iran, as there are tension obviously between the USA and Iran now. He said the war will apparently last for 3 years and nuclear weapons will be used. We know the increased threat of nuclear weapons, so we cannot just go past that claim without saying that could happen. California will be hit by a 10.2 magnitude earthquake called the Big One in 2020, which will decimate the state. This also could happen. We know the earthquakes that California get, they can be quite bad. He also claims Donald Trump will gain a second term as US president and will even try for a third. This also could happen, as everybody thought back in the election he would not get the presidency, but he proved everybody wrong and got the presidency, whether you like that or not. And the Elon Musk will land on Mars in the late 20s. That also could happen. We don't know what's going to happen in this decade. A lot has changed in 2010 to 2020. There are plans to go on Mars in the late 20s. We sure hope that this is a hoax, which it most certainly is. Otherwise, we're in for a few bleak years. Note how they say which it most certainly is, which is seen to be untrue because we have seen the prospect of World War III. There are fears of World War III that have grown after Donald Trump's airstrike kills Iranian general. The phrase World War III began trending after the killing of the Iranian leader's second in command in the US airstrike. Iranian general was killed in a bombing ordered by President Donald Trump overnight at Baghdad airport. After news of his death broke, the country's supreme leader sparked fears of war after he promised harsh vengeance. Many of those tweeting about the airstrike used memes to bring light to the situation, joking about fears it could spark World War III, a phrase now trending on Twitter. Searches for World War III also spiked on Google within hours of the airstrike in Iraq overnight. Google Trends recorded Iran as the second most searched term in the United States, with more than 500,000 searches for the topic. Though much of the comments online mock hysteria surrounding a world war, there are fears of repercussions following death. In a tweet, Iran's leader said that the criminals responsible had his and other blood on their evil hands. He added, "God willing, his work and his path will not be stopped." The dramatic attack came months of tensions between the US and Iran, in which Tehran shot down an American military surveillance drone and seized oil tankers. This week, Mr. Trump blamed Iran for a protest in Iraq which saw demonstrators break into the US embassy in Baghdad and torch the place. This is an image of a destroyed vehicle on fire following a US airstrike on Baghdad Airport Road in which top Iranian commander was killed. There was a video uploaded on YouTube on the 22nd of February 2018 where a supposed time traveller from 2075 revealed World War III details. This had people worried on these comment sections and posting comments of themselves laughing at the memes, but are a bit petrified by this video. This is what the man had to say.
Nuclear-laden missiles to Pyongyang and takes that out. So Kim Jong-un was no more at that point, and a lot of his government was taken out too. With the turmoil that ensued after that, World War III did start in 2020. It was a limited war though, thankfully. It only lasted 3 years. China and Russia were against the UK, America, and a few other countries. And all in all, it was a very fast but brutal war. Countless millions were killed. Nuclear weapons were used in a very limited capacity. Very limited, thankfully. Just battleground nuclear weapons. What else can I tell?
Note how the video was uploaded on the 22nd of February 2018, which was 2 years before what is going on now. This is the reason why it has creeped people out. You can argue that it was just a guess, a prediction, because there were very limited details in his claim, but there are details revealed that have already happened and details revealed that could happen or haven't happened yet, which is what has scared people. The description says Michael Phillips claims to be a time traveller who was born in the year 2043. In 2075, according to Michael, he was part of several top secret missions in which he travelled through time. In this video he sent us, he revealed the details about World War III and tells us about which countries will be involved. He also reveals a future president of the US. Michael also talks about the commercial spaceflight and colonization of the galaxy. We're not going to go over that, we're just going to go over the World War III details. So. Michael Phillips and see what else he has to say. We have gone over his predictions about the future president. We have gone over his prediction about World War III, and now we're going to go over his prediction of space travel, review his points, and see if they're true or not. I'm not going to give my opinion about time travel in this video. I'm just going to go through the facts, acknowledge them, and you can, in the comments below, discuss whether you believe it or not. So in the description it says, "My name is Michael Phillips. I previously created a video for Apex TV which detailed my experiences of time travel. I recollected a number of things which to you are we in your future." I think I said that right. I say this because a number of these things that I talked about in February of 2018 have now manifested themselves. I told you about World War III. Thankfully, my actions have managed to stop this happening at this time. I also told you about the impeachment of Donald Trump. Furthermore, I told you about future President of the United States, Michael McIntosh, who was elected in 2024. I've also been over this point in my future president video, which was made by Michael McIntosh. He actually replied to my video, so in the next video, I might discuss that as well. Lastly, I told you about Elon Musk and his Mars missions. None of this was known about in 2018. However, in the almost 2 years from your perception, and in a few weeks from mine, these recollections have been proven to true. I ask you this, do you believe now? So let's see what the comments say. I just want to know if marijuana is legal in all states soon. See, as you can see, the public are really taking serious action towards his claims. I have one question. Will TikTok be dead by that time? Is there going to be a TikTok 2.0 or something? Isabella, I really hope there isn't a TikTok 2.0. Just like Musically, I hope it dies. How will the Muslim community live on? Will there be peace between Muslims? Say, there's people who are actually taking this seriously, such as HRV TO5. Yo, my G, the name's Harvey. What do I look like in the future, my guy? And Michael Phillips actually replied to that. I've never met you, so how would I know what you look like? Joking, bro. How'd you know? I don't care. Let's just review the video, and then I will give my opinion.
Furthermore, Elon Musk of SpaceX has started his efforts towards reaching Mars. This is something I've previously detailed in my last video. So I ask you this question: do you believe now? This is Michael Phillips. Till next time, I will happily answer some questions if you have some, and clarify a few issues that you may have.
So as you can see, he was fairly vague about the future of space travel, but apparently, according to his description, he did get something right about, the future of space travel, that we're going to Mars in 2024, which is Elon Musk wants to make a reality. We're not sure if that's going to happen yet. It's 4 years from my current time point, and minus 70 years or whatever from Michael Phillips' time. So, do I believe in what he believes? Like I said, I don't give my opinion.
Furthermore, I previously spoke of the impeachment of Donald Trump, the President of the United States this time. This is now taking place. He does indeed try for a third term, which is permitted under rules if he does not get prosecuted by the Senate. His first term is null and void, which does indeed happen. Thankfully, his third term never happens. So that is another verifiable fact that proves I am indeed from the future. Again, another fact which has come to light now in this timeline is the future President of the United States, Michael McIntosh. He is the President in 2024.
Note that down, that he's saying that Michael McIntosh is the new President of the United States in 2024. because Michael McIntosh has also said that he's a time traveler who said himself that he will be the president. So that is now two time travelers who have predicted the same president of the United States. We'll move on to Michael McIntosh in just a moment.
His presence has now been made fairly clear, detailing his wishes to run for the presidency in 2024. This is something you can all check out. So those are three things straight away which prove that I am indeed from the future.
In my opinion, and it obviously goes against my views on it, I don't think this proves that you are from the future. The fact that you're saying Michael McIntosh will be the president of the future does not prove that you are a time traveler because it hasn't been announced yet. It's been popularized, but it has not been announced or even proved at all that he will be the president. We'll have to wait and see what the future holds. I will admit the WWIII predictions that Michael Phillips made were true to some extent. He predicted that there will be some attacks and that there'll be prospects of World War III, which has sort of died down a bit, but I will talk about that in another video. So, this self-professed time traveller, physique with knowledge of the future, has astonishingly claimed that he will be the President of the United States in the year 2024, just like this time traveller from 2075 revealed in his video on the 3rd of January. Time traveller Michael McIntosh believes he has seen a future timeline where he is the US Commander-in-Chief, revealing the bizarre news in a bombshell confession tape which I will show in just a moment. The time traveller claimed he has been to Mars at the age of 5 and has numerous psychic abilities. The supposed time traveller worked alongside former US President Barack Obama on a top secret time travel operation. Speaking to paranormal investigators from YouTube channel Apex TV, Mr. McIntosh said that the mission gave him access to technology dubbed Chrono Vision. Now, what is Chrono Vision, you may ask? Chrono Vision is the power that Pamphlet has. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. It is the power to read the events occurred through time, always seeing them and being able to show something in particular to others. This is from the Caster Chronicles. The casters see different points in the past and present at all at once, so their minds are always a little blurred. Because this ability is constantly active, they have some trouble to identify what is really in front of them and what happened in the place during the past. Now, how does this supposed chronovision link to Michael McIntosh? Well, like I said, chronovision is going through time, as is what Michael McIntosh is saying that he is doing as well, so that's one way it could link to him. So now I'm just going to show you the video of where Michael McIntosh predicts that he will himself be the US president.
In the year 2025, a base is open on the moon and people can actually visit it for a fee. In the year 2026, there are robotic hands released that look exactly like human hands. Almost all diseases are cured as well, because we can 3D print organs and other body parts, which lets people just replace parts of their body if they aren't working. The period of the year 2025 to 2030 is absolutely crazy. So much happens. People in the year 2018 probably can't even imagine it. You guys are in for a ride, I assure you that.
Now, Michael McIntosh was very vague in this clip. He was obviously predicting the future of space travel, well, short-term space travel, such as going to the moon for a small fee, which could be seen as incorrect because humans need to go back to the moon and it would take a longer period of time to actually set up a moon base for people to visit. The time traveller said, I was part of the project with former President Barack Obama, and because of our access to time travel and chronovision, I am aware of the fact that I myself will be the President of the United States, probably in 2024. Now that can be seen as very short term, especially for the fact that he is introducing chronovision in 2024. And that another person who I worked with in that program will also be President of the United States in 2032. Now this could be a direct link to Michael Phillips, who was the 2075 time traveller. He also said, I'm also aware of many things because of having had access to the time travel and chronovision technology, and not just chronovision technology, but also the fact that our government selected me for this program. shall we say, because of the fact that our government is using people with, shall we say, special abilities in order to participate in these programs, such as myself. I was born with certain, shall we call them, psychic abilities. I have the ability to remote view, which I would like to go into detail about for you guys, and how that was used as part of a mission to Mars that I was involved in. In the incredibly unusual confession tape, the time traveler said that he was involved in a top secret CIA mission to remote view into Mars in the early 1980s. Mr. McIntosh said that he projected himself and President Obama onto the surface of the red planet. He said, "When I was on Mars as a 5-year-old boy, I was teleported to an underground cavern on the surface of Mars. I was able to remote view the surface and see what was going on up there, and not just at that point in time in which we were in, but also in all points of time." He also said, "And I was able to ascertain that was once an advanced Martian civilization." That is obviously a huge question within space travel. Was there advanced Martian civilization back in the day? That is a massive question that people have had for decades. He also said, and there were remnants of it presently on the surface of Mars, including humanoid life, much like ourselves, who are technologically somewhat advanced and communicate through telepathy. Believe me, I know this all sounds crazy, and I really wish it wasn't the truth, because the more I talk about these things, the more I sound like a crazy person, and I understand that. But as they say, the truth is stranger than fiction. However, not everyone who saw the video was convinced that Mr. McIntosh's story was credible. One YouTube reviewer, Ryan Flores, did comment, "Once he said he was going to be the president, I knew it was BS." And Michael Kovac said, "How much did you pay this guy? The entertainment is getting better. Soon Netflix will ask for a script." And Jason Phillips said, "Lol, stick to the blurred out videos. While no one could legitimately believe most of these videos, this one is going to ensure that." The extraordinary time travel claim comes from another alleged time traveler told Apex TV humans will be able to time travel as soon as 2028, which is in 8 years from this recording. So what is my opinion on this? My opinion on this is that I am completely unsure at the moment. There are many red flags in both of these claims from Michael Phillips and Michael McIntosh, but there's also some green flags, mainly from Michael Phillips when he discussed the prospects of World War III. Obviously, it's around half and half. Half of people believe it and half of people don't. You get this comment at the top. The number of people that think it's fake but are also scared. Never trust a modified comment. Me seeing this guy a video 1 year ago, so fake. World War III about to begin in 2020. That's the thing though. People obviously didn't believe any of this at first, but the fact that one of his predictions had come true, people are starting to believe it. And there's also another comment saying, "Yo, people can't seriously be stupid enough to believe this." I mean, some people obviously believe it just because of the World War III prediction, some people believe it for different reasons, and some people don't believe it at all.